Hello, entrepreneur. This is Obi here from Rural Wellness, and dropped in to deliver a training today, telling you or sharing with you all about how to use focus energy or your focus energy to get work done, even when you feel like you don't have any time at all. So that would be the purpose of today's training. So hopefully you get loads of value from today, and you might be able to go ahead and use some of this technique in your day-to-day work. Okay, so I'm just going to just check it. I'm live, and it's all working. Yeah, that looked good to me. Awesome. Okay. So as you're coming in, just come in and say hello. And if you want to share where you're calling in from, that would be awesome. I'm calling in from Manchester, the United Kingdom, and where it time is 8 p.m. right now. So let me know if you're joining in. Just say hi. And I will start as soon as possible. So the purpose of today's training, we've had a hell of a lot of disruptive week for a lot of people in the last couple of weeks, and even to be frank, in the last couple of months with the corona and all that stuff going on. So a lot of people would have found their energy dipping and just adjusting to the needs of what's going on in the family or what's going on in the world in general. So a lot of people are probably just fluctuating with the energy that they have, and it's also affecting the type of work that they do or how much work they actually get done. So the purpose of the training today is to help you get back to center, if I can call it that. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ginger. So let me know when you guys are here. Let me know that you can see me and hear me okay, and where you're calling in from. This is going to be very interactive as best as possible. Okay, so I'm just gonna kick off. Okay, so I've got some slides to show you. So let me add that to the stream. Okay, so you should be able to see that. Let me know you can see my slides. I'll go into presentation mode in a moment. This is what you should see. Awesome. I do like the floaty heart and like, so please give it to me as soon as you feel compelled to. That would be awesome for me. Okay, so I can see the slide there, ready to go. So the purpose of today's live is to share with you how to use focused energy to get work done. I am, just to introduce myself, my name is Obehi Alafoje, Obi for short, and I am a psychologist, and therefore that means I work with people's mindset, really, and help them change behavior. So I started doing more productivity work in the last 3 years because some of the women who have left corporate and into their sort of wanted to start their own business needed to use their energy different. They no longer had 9 to 5 typically. So they had to adjust to working from home, adjust to working with kids. Some people who gone on maternity leave and decided not to return, therefore needed to manage their time as best as possible to actually get work done, get the business going so that they can make money so that they don't have to return back to corporate life. So I don't know if you can relate to that. Let me know if you can in the chat. That you're one of those women who left a corporate job to start your own business, and things are not as smooth as you would like them, because you're either quite unstructured or overwhelmed by stuff because there are too many things to do, too many things to learn, all that stuff. So let me know in the comment if that might feel like you right now, that you're one of those people who are struggling. And I'll show my hand up as well. I do get overwhelmed as well. So it is not too unique in that perspective. Okay. So in this training, we're going to be covering 3 misconceptions about productivity that are not helpful to you right now. And I'm going to be sharing what they are. And you might agree or not agree with them, but either way, it won't be helpful right now. Second, we're going to learn why your energy matters more than the time, and how to leverage this particularly. And then finally, we're going to think about how to block out your focus time to get things done in your business. So that's what we're going to be covering in today's training. Hopefully, I'll be able to hit all those markers today. So one of the first myths, let me know if you've heard this before. Number 1, that the early bird catches the worm. Let me know in the chat or give me a like if you've heard of this one before. And the truth is, it's not true. Early bird, well, they might catch the worm, but so the night owls, so the eagles. So the purpose of this conversation here is that our circadian rhythm is like an internal body clock determined where our energy peaks lie. So that's why we have things like morning larks, people who are very early, who wake very early in the morning, versus the end of the spectrum, which are night owls who wake later in the day and they are awake for longer. Okay, so that's the first myth or mistake or misconception that people normally have. So the idea that you have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to prove that you're productive is not true. Okay, you do not have to do that unless you are, in fact, a morning lark. And we're going to talk about that later as we go along. The second misconception is that multitasking works, that you can do more than one thing at a time. Now, that is true. You can do many things at a time, but you're not effective at the same time. So what it really means is that it takes longer to switch between tasks, and that leaves you with less quality of the work that you're doing or more mistakes that you're going to make. And you waste more time trying to switch between the tasks because it takes your brain some time to be able to adjust to the thing that you were doing before you got distracted. So multitasking does not work. You can do it, but it doesn't work. And number three, the third misconception, that the more organized you are, the more productive you are. This is not true. Okay, you can plan for a long time or procrastinate planning and still not do the work. So at the end of the day, action is what yields result. Intentions are good, but intention doesn't get stuff done. Action does. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share there. Let me know in the chat if you are aware, how many of these you're aware of. Have you heard? If you're aware of one, put one in the chat. If you're aware of two, put two. If you're aware of all three of them, put three in the chat. Let me know just how wide this goes. Okay? While I do that, I'll just get ready for the next slide. Okay. So why your energy matters more. So here's why. But let me know in the chat if you had heard of those misconceptions. It'd be good to know. Okay. So why your energy matters more. This is the fact because productivity is not about time management. I'm going to say that again. Productivity is not about time management. It's one of my bugbears and one of the greatest myths out there about how you don't have enough time. It's nothing to do with that, or you want to have a lot of courses around time management. And even I call them time management courses because that's what people associate it with. That's what people type into Google. But productivity isn't about time. It's more to do with energy and focus allocated to a specific activity or task within a time frame. So what it means is that even if you decide to say, for example, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to, I don't know, write a blog post. So that's the plan. I'm going to write a blog post at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. 12 p.m. comes, I put it in my diary, 12 p.m. comes, I don't do it. Was it a time factor or not? There'll be other times I didn't plan to write a blog post, but I felt inspired to or energetic to. And somehow I created time and then did it. But that makes sense. So it's all about more to do with your energy that you have that drives it. And then the focus to be able to say, right, I'm going to focus my time on this particular activity, ergo writing the blog post, within a time frame that you've allocated, say 60 minutes. Okay, so that it makes sense. So that's why, and you can't prioritize everything. So that's the point about it. Time management, we have the same hour every day like everybody else, but we can't use it. So even if I gave you more hours, you won't be able to use it because the body isn't designed to work for that long. It's designed to rest as well. So it's going to be all about, can you use your energy to the best of your ability, to its optimum, so that you get the most important work that you have to get done. So that is exactly what we're talking about. That's what productivity truly means. The work that you did in the time frame that you set as quickly as you could have done it effectively without mistake. That is pretty much ultimate productivity. Okay, so I hope it's making sense to you. Let me know in the chat if it is making sense, okay? So 3 ways, or this is the 3 process in which you're going to find your blocks, okay? You're going to use your focus time. The first thing is to find your energy peaks, okay? That's the first thing, finding your energy peaks. Starting with, what type of bird are you? So here is the question for all of you. Your circadian rhythm, like I mentioned earlier, is affected by your chronotype. Again, it's like a genetically determined internal body clock. So you can fall under one of these 3 categories. So here they are. The morning larks, so you have a short cycle. So you sleep early, wake early. Then you have the night owls. They have a long cycle. They sleep late, they wake up late. And then you have the midday eagles who are smack in the middle, where somewhere in between early and late. Okay, so which one are you? Let me know in the chat. Which one are you? Are you morning lark, number 1? Are you the night owl, or are you a midday eagle? So let me know in the chat. And I'll just go through some of the comments as well. Okay. Karen said, yes, it's making sense, and there's a lot of myths out there. Totally. Okay. So let me know as your comment to come in, because obviously it's quite slow. Nin, your night owl. Yep. Yep. I'm going to come back to it and have a look. Okay. So we're going to move along. The first thing is to identify whether or not you are a night owl, morning lark, or midday eagle. So then you need to map out the energy blocks that you actually have. Again, the energy you have is generated by what your internal body clock does, okay? So here is what we're going to talk about now. Energy block, the morning lark. So we're going to use almost like a battery, sort of formatting, where is green is full battery, and then actually, green, full battery. Then you have where it's lowered, and then it gets to medium because it's yellow, it's still going. And then it starts to get redder and redder because you're saying I got low energy here, and then eventually get to red. So that's how I've done this. So I hope you're following me here. So if you're a morning lark, if you've got AM or PM over there, here's my pointer. I think I've got a pointer. Oh, there it is. So we've got AM here, where if you're a typical morning lark, you might find that your highest energy levels are in the morning, AM. It is where you're super acute, happy to go, energized, you can concentrate for a long period of time. Okay, you might drop the energy at lunchtime where you're running empty and you need a refill. That refill could just be lunch, it could be a nap in some cases. Okay, then you might have a medium level, so you're now rising back up again. So, you have some rest, and then your level start to rise again. But it's not as high as it was in the morning, but you can do stuff then. Then you have a lower level again. So this way it's dropping again as the day goes. And then eventually it's evening, and then you have where it's running empty. So I hope that makes sense. So this is a typical morning lark schedule. You can imagine that you can do this for the whole week. But the point is, I want you to see here is that a morning person schedule should be looking more like this. Okay, so I'm going to explain a bit more about what goes in the block. Okay, so this is the midday eagle. So again, they're not quite awake. So they have a lower energy in the morning, first thing. Then it gets higher. Then they might run empty by lunchtime. Then it gets lowered again. They might have a high peak again later in the afternoon after some lunch. And then they go lower again, and then they run empty in the evening. Okay, so this could be a typical midday eagle schedule, or what it looks like, where the energy lies in the day. Then we have the night owl. So I don't know whether you can see that because I've got it on the right-hand side of it, where a night owl typically in the morning is still waking up. So if you're a night owl, I am a night owl, we're still waking up in the morning. So all our heavy duty work will not be in the morning because it's not going to make effective part of the time. So from there, it might rise lower level. So you're waking up now, and then medium level. And then you have a high level later in the afternoon, which is what night owls will do, where the energy shoots up as you're getting towards noon. Okay. And then it might run empty late in the evening. And then it might shoot up again sometime later in the night, which is why bedtime for a lot of night out could range from anything from 10 p.m. to literally 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay, and that would determine. So if you're a night owl, you're going to be finding yourself thinking, I can work longer at night. And so the idea is not to make yourself feel guilty about that. So if you can, then you use the time to do high quality work. And that might mean you creating your course, writing your blog. It might mean you studying, because this is the highest point, usually coupled with the fact that people are usually asleep. So it's quieter anyway. So your concentration would be super intense. Okay, so so this is what it is so far. All right. To be truly productive, though, you will need 3 things. Productive energy has to flow throughout the day. Okay, so that means your diet and all that stuff. You need a good mix of creativity, connection, and to recharge. Okay, because you're using energy, so you have to be able to recuperate them back. Our tolerance and desire to work will depend on the type of task that we're going to do. Writing a book where you need to concentrate and be creative is a different energy you're going to use when you're going to chat with your friend on Facebook or follow up with a client on social media. Completely different type of energy, different type of level of task it is that you might use for them. So rather than thinking about time in an unstructured way, so in your diary, you might find yourself just booking anything in there. Oh, I'm free at 10. So I can meet you. I'm free at 10, so I can just write that blog. I'm free at 10, so I can do that chapter or shoot that video for my course, right? But just because you're free and the time you fill your diary doesn't mean that's where it should go, okay? So I hope that makes sense particularly. Just because the time is there doesn't mean that's where it should go. So we have 4 types of blocks I'm going to talk about. The first one is focus block. These are between 90 to 120 minute time in the day where you feel particularly creative and inspired to do work. High level, deep level work. It's what we call high CEO level work. These are creating content, client facing work, sales activity, that kind of thing. Okay. The second is an admin block. This is the block where it's usually lower. You use your lower energy block to do the work because you're not in the zone. Okay, so it's a short period of time where you spend time doing paperwork. Okay, it could also mean doing the admin, finances, whatever kind of thing you feel like you can also not be heavily concentrating. You can do it while you're listening to a podcast. You can do it while listening to a telly, that kind of stuff. Could be one of those kind of tasks. Okay, so emails, phone calls, to-do lists is the kind of thing that I would put in an admin block. I hope you're with me so far. Okay. Social blocks. Now, social blocks, 90 to 120 minutes. These are usually your medium level energy. Remember I said you have a high one where your focus block will go, ideally. Then you have the admin one, clearly your lower energy. Then you have social blocks within 90 to 120 minutes. So almost the same amount as the focus block, because guess what? To be sociable is key to your productivity. Okay, so we need to be able to meet with people, talk to people, engage with people. So spending time on social media is not necessarily a bad thing. You're supposed to be engaging with people and connecting with them and connecting with your audience. But the idea is you're not supposed to spend all your day there. Okay, so that is the point I want to make here with social blocks. And then the 4th block is the recovery block. This is the block. When you think about it, you can spend any amount of time in this block because that's based on what you need, based on what your body needs. And this is when you can use it for exercise, meditation, and self-care, because you do need to recuperate. Your focus, admin, and social block are energy output. In other words, they suck something from you. They suck your energy out. So just like a battery. So the only thing that can replace the energy you lost is by taking those recovery blocks. I hope you're with me so far. Give me a thumbs up or heart if you're getting what I'm putting down at the moment. Okay, let me know that you're getting it and I haven't lost you all. If you have any questions so far, ask it in the chat so that I can come back and answer it. Okay, right. So again, in terms of recovery, each of us have a different way of recovering. So if you're extrovert or introvert, your energy levels are different, so therefore you will need to maximize them. Okay, so I put that there just to realize that if you're an introvert, you might need more time recuperating than if you're an extrovert. Cool. Oh, well done. Thank you. Okay, now the final stage, you're going to match the energy to the energy block, or your activities rather. So you've mapped out your energy, you know you're a night owl, you've now scheduled how your energy is across the day. Now you're going to put something in there. Okay, so you now schedule your time. So this is what it might look like. Okay, so bear with me there, because it seems like a salt of colors. But if you think about that, this is what it would look like. So again, similar to the first time. So high energy would be focus block. Duh, that's exactly where we'll go. Your recharge is the red one, obviously. That is where your energy will run in empty. Your social block is the next highest energy that you have, which is the yellow one. Then you have admin, which is lowered, and then back again to recharge. This is exactly what it looks like here. Okay? Now, you need to schedule your CEO activities inside the energy block. What could it look like? You might ask. By the way, I do have a workbook for you, so don't worry too much. I would, if you want the workbook, let me know in the comments and I will send you a link to it. So this is what it might look like if you were that way inclined. If you're a morning lark, you might write blog posts up in the AM, your focus block, for example. You might use your energy level here to recuperate or to recharge. You might go for lunch and a walk. You might use Facebook posts to catch up and the DMs with people here. You might also research network content. You're going to lower energy because it's easier to research on the internet. You don't need that much brain power to do that, okay? And then you might have dinner and Netflix because, it's nighttime. Okay, so they've got different types. So, for example, the midday eagle might do this week's to-do list in that lower energy spot. It just think, what am I doing today? Okay, this is my thing I'm going to do today, because they've got a focus block coming and they can just kill it then. So delivering a Facebook Live training and podcast might be the kind of thing you use in an energy focus block because you want to be energized when you do it. There's the reason why I keep picking 8 p.m. to do my Facebook Live or this training right now, because guess where my energy block is? Around 8 p.m. Okay, so I need to be on point here. I don't always do it, but to get the idea. So this is what I want you to see at this point. And I could send you the list and you see all these CEO activities that you can possibly put in those blocks. Okay. Now, again, you're going to try it. So I'm going to get you to, if you want the workbook, let me know in the comment and I will send you the link. And then, of course, I'd want you to do it at homework, obviously, is to create one. And even if you don't have the workbook, I just want you to screenshot this if you can. At least 1 to 60-minute focus block per day. I want you to be able to figure that out in your diary and put it there. Okay? One focus block where you know your energy is highest and you can decide what you use it for. Okay? So take a screenshot of it. I'll pause for a bit so you can at least get that. Okay? All right, so I do have an invitation. That is pretty much it for you. Let me know if there are any questions so far. I still got like 6 more minutes, so I can answer some questions if I can see some. So there's quite a lot of night owls right there. Awesome. Quite a lot of night owls. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so I do want to invite you. Now, if you want to do this work, okay, because this is what I do with my client, this is what I do with my group members. Sometimes you can do this by yourself, but you do need people to know what type of work you do to be able to help you put it in the right energy blocks or whatever. Okay, so I will want to invite you to join the free 5-day productivity challenge I'm running after Monday, and we're going to be covering 3 things. CEO personal review, so including your energy and lifestyle. So what are you doing exactly? And how do you leverage the energy that you have? You're going to also distill down many ideas that you might be having about what to do this summer or your next project and stuff like that. So the challenge will help you narrow things down. And then you're going to identify one summer project you're going to focus on and feel proud of. I would love doing the challenge that people find the one project they can use, knowing it's going to take me 6 weeks or so to finish the project. And so I'm going to create an energy block to fit that project and see how I do with that. Almost like a test project to be able to test your project that you're working on, but also the energy that you have to use for that. So I will send you the link, start on Monday, to try and sign up for the challenge. And is it. So I'm going to come off the slides. I can see your lovely faces. I know I can't see your lovely faces, but you get the idea. I can connect with you again. So let me exit from here. I'm going to come back out to that one. And I'm going to hide this one. Hey, back again. Hello. Okay. So I do have 4 minutes left. So let me know if you've got any questions and I will answer them right here before I jump off or I get kicked out. So Susan, you're saying, I'm not sure why I fit with this. In terms of your energy level, is that what you mean? So just good, there's a test for you to do that. And there's a reason why I picked Saturday to use it for. The day that you're not working fully, say for example, Saturday or Sunday, I want you to use those days to test it. So wake up normally, don't set an alarm, because that could tell you what time you naturally wake up as opposed to an alarm. So that will give you a benchmark to start, and then you're going to just watch your energy across the day as you go along. In my group, we usually have an energy mapper. So if you join the challenge, I'll definitely send it to you if you need to. But the idea is you need to be able to map out the energy level across the day to know roughly where it's fit. For a lot of people, I would say map it out for a week. Some people, they're really good, map it out for a whole month, because your period will also affect where your energy lies certain weeks to the next. So I hope that helps you, Susan. Sabrina, you said how to do activity challenge. What did that mean? Can you let me know, okay? Okay, cool. I will definitely put all the links up under. Actually, I can just drop the link in the chat. Why can't I do that now? Okay, 1 minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can do that. Let me drop that link in the chat now. And that should be fun. Let me know if you see it. I can't seem to be able to. Anyway, I'll figure this out. Anyway, I will figure it out. And I will drop it in the chat immediately after this call, I promise. Okay, so if that is it, let me just make sure there's no more questions. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. I need some heart and love while I go out in a blaze of glory. All right. I've enjoyed tonight. Thank you very much for having me, and hopefully see you in another session, another training, and some of you in the next calendar Monday. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.